Hey guys, it's me. When you last saw me, I was walking home from the from King Supers on Mississippi and Chambers. Um, you heard me telling you in that video that I lost my transfer. It actually happened. I lost my transfer. For those of you who take the public transportation, like I do, um, for me, it's cheaper than owning a car. Because, for me, with the amount of money that I make income-wise, I can't afford a car. So I was able to walk all the way home. But as I was walking all the way home, with stops in between because I'm overweight, as I was walking home, I lost my keys. I still have the lanyard that I keep my keys on, my Pikachu lanyard. Hold on a second. I still have this, but my keys are missing. So, I know that I need to go to my landlord to tell them what happened. I do know that I am taking responsibility as an adult. I take full responsibility for that. And I'm not trying to make excuses here. I'm just saying that when I got home, I didn't notice that the keys were gone off of off of this. I didn't notice it until I got all the way up 3 flights of stairs. Cause I had a tub of ice cream, that needed to be frozen. Cause on my way home, it liquefied, and and I had other stuff that needed to be frozen as well as refrigerated. So, and I had my phone on me, but it wasn't like, it went down to like under 5, it was under 10%. And so cause at the time that I got home, it was already dark. It was after 10 p.m. It was around 9:30, 10 p.m. when I got home, cause I had to walk all the way from Mississippi and Chambers all the way to Alameda. And so, and believe me, that was a long, long walk. And so, um, my leasing office had already closed, and so I had called 911. And because, I didn't know what else to do. And what the dispatcher did was they gave me a number for a locksmith. And since at the time I didn't have the maintenance guy's number. Not the personal number, but the number to maintenance. So I didn't have their number. So I had to call 911 and have them dispatch the fire department. Because I was hoping to have them, use their ladder, come through my patio or balcony, whichever one you prefer term to use, and unlock the door without having me to break it down, without having to break the door and everything, without having to have part of the frame breaking out and stuff like that. But the dispatcher didn't want to do that, so she gave me a number to the locksmith. I called it, but they were closed. And talking to a friend of mine today, and she said that even if I had a locksmith come out, it would still I would have to pay them and everything, and I didn't want to try again. So eventually I'll have to tell my landlord. So, and on top of that, I have to tell my payee. So I had a rough week. Well, starting. like, weekday. So, and then the other day, then another day this week, um, someone on Instagram decided to chat me up. They thought that I was a boy. And before I continue on, that's before I talk to you about what happened to me on Instagram with this with this female. The reason why she called me a boy, she thought that I was a boy, was because of my hair, of how short it is. The reason why, and we all know that the reason why my hair is short right now is because I honor cancer patients. And I was called a boy once before when I was 12 years old. But it was a mistake at 12. And I had to tell and this was during the school year when I was 12, when I was called a boy. So, anyway, and so she said to me, like, how's the wife and kids? And I'm like, this girl thinks I'm a boy. And so I told her up front, I am like, first and foremost, I am a girl. Second, I am not married. And third, I have no kids. If I had kids, I would have posted pictures of my kids on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter. Um, and she's like, "Oh, I'm sorry." And then she's like, "Can I tell you something?" I'm like, "Sure." She was like, "I took a picture. I took one of your pictures, because she wanted to be my friend." And then, and me, I'm cautious. Okay, I'm very cautious when it comes to my friends. So, like, who becomes my friend and whatnot. Um, and so, I'm like, sure. And she told me that she took one of my pictures, you know, just to tell me, just to, like, you know, hang on to it. I assumed, literally, I literally assumed that was the point of it. And then apparently her uncle came around and saw the picture on her phone, and I apparently he thought I was cute. And so he asked his niece to speak on his behalf to ask me to go out with him. I told her up front that I have a boyfriend. I literally do. As a girl, I do have a boyfriend. And I'm proud to have a boyfriend, As a Even though my hair is short still, I'm proud to have a boy. As a girl, I'm still proud to have a boyfriend. And so I told her up front that I have a boyfriend, and he's too late. That her uncle was too late in having to, like, to if I'm just saying, like, if I was still single and depending on how old her uncle was, I would have said, yeah, I would date her uncle. But depending on how old her uncle was or is, and if I was single, then I would have said yes. Anyway, and she's like, he's looking for a serious, he needs to be in a serious, he wants to have a serious relationship with you. And I'm like, well, I'm in a serious relationship too. Your uncle's late, 7 years late. Like, if she had asked me 7 years in February, in 7 years ago in February, then yeah, I would have said, yes, I would love to date your uncle. But no. Her uncle is 7 years too late. I'm already taken, so I even sent her a picture of me and my boyfriend. And she's like, oh, and I told her that I was already in a serious relationship and that I'm happy. I'm happy with the relationship I'm in. And it's true. I'm really happy in the relationship that I'm in. Yeah, sure. My boyfriend and I get mad at each other on occasion, mostly me being mad at him, but still, he and I work it out. And eventually we do become happy again. And honestly, I am happy. So, And then later on I asked her like, why do you want me to date your uncle? And she was like, because he is I mean, like, other than being lonely, because I understand there are men out there who are lonely and need, I mean, spending time with take elderly gentlemen, for example. I understand that. So, and I respect that. Excuse me, people. And I understand that, spending time with an elderly gentleman to, like, just make sure that they're comfortable and everything. And I respect those women who do that. I respect that. But if you're trying to but for me, if you're trying to hook me up with a male family member that I don't know, especially if I don't know you, like that particular person, then don't hook me up, because I've done that. I had someone hook me up with one of their family members that apparently became friends with me on Facebook. Side note, at the time I didn't know what I was thinking. But anyway, so and I actually humored the girl into, you know, spending thinking that I would be her brother or her cousin, her male cousin. I really don't know. It's been so long. The girlfriend, but they lived in another country, and I wasn't, gonna uproot my life, move thousands of miles away from my friends, my family, just so that I could marry into her family. So, for me, I'd rather stay in somewhere where I am comfortable with at the time. This was like years ago, like 2013, like late 2013, early to mid 2014. So sorry guys, my nose is having it. Other than that, um, and so I just don't want to be hooked up. I don't want people who I don't know hooking me up with their family members. I really don't. So, um, anyway, I just want to let y'all know how I'm doing. So, and I think this is the longest video that I'm about to upload in a long time. So, if you're new to my channel, subscribe. If hit the like button, hit the notification button for new videos, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, guys.